hopefully we can move on further down the pitch to the forward areas, because whatever we do with Richie, whether we keep him for this last year or sell him, we do need a striker, it's fair to say. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to declare some bias and also try and look at who we could replace Richie with, in terms of not only in terms of goals, but just in terms of profile, the way that they play. So I look at Richie, and Richie's able to get himself into goal scoring positions. He's got the natural scent of a goal, just like you'd like a poacher to have.
Last one for me, Richarlison. He's only got 12 months left in his contract, but he keeps kind of coming out with moments for Tottenham. He knows where the net is. I mean, what's the future for him in your eyes?
I don't know, because I like as a player, as a guy, is unbelievable as a attitude, behavior. But at the end, we have to respect what he wants to do, and we know. Every one of us knows what he wants to do, but for me, he's still an important player because it's not so easy to find another striker as a Richarlison, because Richarlison scores goals and he knows the way. The new striker, we don't know. The other striker, we don't know. He scored 12 goals last season, not for lucky, because he feels the way to score.
Now, being in that position to score a lot often can be as good as somebody who's more clinical and only needs one or two to score, even if they may not find themselves in as many goal scoring opportunities. But that brings me on to who I think we can replace him with, because as I said, I would like to declare my bias. Me being a fan of the Super Eagles, I'd like to propose Victor Osimhen. Now, why is that? Just like Richie, he's able to find himself in great goal scoring positions. Like Richie, he does take a few chances to score one, but it's considerably less than Richarlison. So let's say Richie takes 4 or 5 to score on a good day. Victor will take his opportunity on the 4th. They're both instinctual players, so they sometimes find the more time that they have to find the net, the harder it is for them to score. But when it's instinctual, they'll bury it. I also look at Osimhen for his work rate. Like Richie, they've got big hunger and hunger to win. With Victor, it can kind of boil over the top sometimes. Not just physically, not just mentally, but also physically. Now I'll come on to the mental side later with Victor, but physically, he is a player that plays in what the physios would say the red zone quite a lot. So Osimhen is probably one of the best pressers of a ball by an attacker that I've seen. He is able to set traps so well that if he isn't able to panic defenders into making mistakes so that he can score, he can panic them to allow others to score just by his presence and by his body position when he starts the press. But because of this, he is somebody that it's very rare that he can play a 90-minute game. So he needs somebody that can support him in the squad to come on for that last half an hour, and is able to score and get something on those days that he may not be able to. Because I'm not just saying this for my bias as a Super Eagle fan, but just in general, if you play Osimhen beyond his limits, he's going to be out for a long time. So his time has to be managed on the pitch, because I don't think he's quite arrived at that stage in his career where he is conscious of the injuries that he's getting and how he can mitigate them. And knowing our medical situation from the past 2 seasons, that's something which is a bit of a risk. But in terms of the mental side, that hunger, that drive, that determination, which can sometimes boil over, and which is why he has a reputation as somebody with a bit of a bad attitude, and I completely get that, by the way. That is the very same thing which pushes him to score 20 goals a season. And if you mute that, if you tone it down in him, he's not the same player. Now, this is a hypothetical, of course, and I'm not really big on talking potential transfers. I don't know who we're looking at. I've heard Junior Krupi, but again, that's just what I've heard. That's what we've heard. I don't know who else we're looking at. I'd love it to be Victor. Some people would love it to be Harry Kane, but I'm talking about Osimhen here. With Victor's mentality in terms of the attitude, I don't know how he would get on with the manager, but the manager seems to be a very good man manager, and if he's somebody that can get Kuti on side, because I'd say that Kuti and Victor have similarities in their mentalities, but it comes out in different ways. If he's able to get somebody like Kuti on side, I wouldn't bet against him getting somebody like Victor on side. But with Victor, what you get is a big upgrade on a striker like Richarlison. So he'll get you assists. Like, contrary to what people say, he's a very unselfish player. He works his ass off for the team. He just wants regular service, that's all, and he'll let you know about it if he doesn't get it. But yeah, with Victor, what you get is a Harrods version of Richarlison. Somebody, goal poacher, in the box, in the area, works his socks off defensively, drive, hunger, but will get you 20 goals a season easy, especially in this Premier League where it's pretty physical. Like, I'm sure of it. On Victor's side, how do you want to be known as? Do you just want to be known as somebody, a cult hero in Galatasaray? Because you've already achieved that. Can you then make it to the next level? Can you step up and be somebody really, really special? Can you get to the levels of Drogba? You know, the person that you look up to so much. I believe you can, and I believe you can do it if you come to Tottenham.